Hello, this is Colin Liddell, and this is the Shortpod, a brief and succinct podcast commenting on the events of the day. And today it is the 22nd of July, 2024. Yesterday, there was something of a oligarchic insurrection in America. The votes of millions of Democrat voters were thrown in the trash can, and we were told that Joe Biden, who was previously supposed to be fit to run for president, was suddenly unfit to run for president, and that he was stepping down. In his place, it seems that we are most likely to get Kamala Harris and a new VP pick, presumably a white guy, to balance the Indian woman ticket. Now, as usual, everybody's focused on the personalities. People are also talking about the policy differences, such as they are, between the two candidates, Trump and presumably Harris. But I think we're missing the real difference between the two candidates. And I think this hasn't changed at all, even with Joe Biden, even with Barack Obama back in the day. The difference is a more fundamental one. In short, it's this. Trump is a presidential president, whereas Kamala, Biden, Obama, whoever, is a less presidential president. Now, it won't be immediately clear what I mean by that, but what I'm driving at here is the structure of American politics. The American political system differs from other well-known political systems, i.e. the British political system, for example, by having a strong, directly elected executive. The American president is a kind of democratic king, at least in theory. And that may have been the case at one time. I would say that somebody like Abraham Lincoln was probably in a position of being a democratic king. He was making important decisions and having a massive input into the flow of politics. But over the years, as America has become an increasingly diverse and complex and multifaceted country, the president has gradually and almost imperceptibly been demoted to the position of prime advice taker in chief. So going all the way back to probably starting in the 50s and 60s, the world just became a little bit too much for one man to understand, direct, and control. And so the advisor, the technocrat, the expert became increasingly important. Power devolved from the president's brain to the president's ear. Now, say what you like about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. These are people who are happy to go along with that basic evolved structure of American politics. The problem Donald Trump has is that he still sees himself as a kind of Lincoln-like or Washingtonian-style president. He sees himself carved on Mount Rushmore. He sees himself as the big guy, the guy who's on top of it all, the guy who doesn't really have to listen to his advisors. He's an old-school American president, in other words. Now, that's not exactly a great fit for the modern world. In the modern world, what a country like America needs is a president who is going to sit at his desk and listen to people who know a lot more about the complexities and the potential problems than he does. So I think this is what we're seeing here. We're seeing a choice for the American people between an old-school presidential president and a advice taker in chief. Now, we're not really sure which way the American people are going to vote, and predictions can often turn out to be quite silly, but I think that's the basic choice. Over and out.